Yo, welcome artists and our fans. Thank you guys for tuning into the only spot where we talk to artists and get to know about their trade tools and tips. We all know they walk the walks and we all hear them talk the talk here. I'm your host, Chatting with Zim. Well, I'm your host, Zimma, and you guys are on Chatting with Zim. This is episode number 43, part 2. We're welcoming back my boy, Noir Oracle. Cult, so make sure you guys are definitely going ahead and follow him. I think we're gonna go ahead in part two and just expand maybe another half hour. That way I could set up before the next show. So let's go ahead and grab Noah back on here. For you guys just tuning in, make sure you guys go back and check out part one,
Yeah,
and make sure you
we'll
guys definitely uh, give him a follow as well.
we'll get crazy in this part since the first part was a little just smooth, you know.
No, it's all good, man. It's all good. How you enjoying the time here, bro? Thanks again for wanting to be on.
Oh no, yeah, dude, thanks for having me. Like I really love this type of stuff for artists. Like that they get to talk to other artists and then they get tips and shit. Like I really do enjoy this type of stuff. Like I spend most of my time fucking watching this type of shit on YouTube. So like when I get to be part of this type of stuff, I'm like, shit, fuck yeah, like
Yeah, it's
fucking
dope.
all in about it.
No,
Yeah,
it's dope, man. And from my point of my end here, it's fucking exciting, dude. It's something I like. You know what I'm saying? And I get to talk to all you different type of artists, man. And we the good part, the coolest part is that we get a chance to meet the person behind the art. You know, and aside
yeah.
from that, we get to learn like all the other shit that they do. Like you do
No,
photography, film, which is badass. You know what I'm saying?
no, yeah, totally, dude. And that's what I love about it. That's what excites me because, like, sometimes when people look at my work and they look at my photography or they look at my films or they look at my artwork, they're like, shit, like this guy's like some deep ass dude with like some fucking dark ass shit. Just like, no, dude, like if you really get to know me, I'm like fucking SpongeBob, dude. Like I'm fucking weird as fuck, and I love being like a fucking kid. Like yeah, like I have my beliefs which are fucking dark and everything, and very extreme, but I get along with everyone, and if like I hate anybody or anything, like it's everyone. Like everybody would get it equally, not just like one specific person. So I could just like, I'd rather have people get to know me instead of just like assuming the type of shit that they would assume just looking at my work because it's like not even anything near it.
Yeah, for sure, dude.
I like rubbing like with my films, I like scaring the shit out of people. Like that's just my job with my horror films. With my photography, I like rubbing horror and just obscure and macabre things in people's faces. And with my artwork, I just like being weird. Like it's just my fuck around and shit, like and sometimes I could do funny and cute shit and sometimes I could do really serious stuff.
No, I definitely get that. Let's talk about this whole thing you got going on with shirts, man, and art on your merch, which is pretty dope.
Oh yeah. So yeah, I've always wanted to have my own brand and it all started when I guess we were kids and fucking um I don't know like I mean I'm 30. I'm 31 this year, but like when I was a kid, the first brand that I remember is Fubu.
Oh yeah,
And I'm like fuck, like Fubu is everywhere and shit, and then after that it was like Obey and then like all of these little brands started like sparring out and shit. So I've always wanted to have my own brand, but I wanted it to just be about the art and not about the logo, just the art. So if you see my merch and shit, I only have one shirt that has my logo on it or my name of the brand on it, and every other stuff that you see, it's just work or just either designs or artwork and shit. Because I wanted to just be about the artwork and just have a brand that's nothing but artwork and it's based about artwork. And eventually, people that like it, they're gonna know where it comes from because you know you're gonna like it. You know,
And let the people know where they could find your
you can
merch.
find my merch on fineartamerica.com. Uh, you just search Noir Oracle and it'll pop out. There's different types of merch. So and any other artists that wants to have merch because this is the cool thing about this type of shit. Um, the cool shit about Fine Art America and art and other websites like this is artists get to upload their artwork and just make sure that it's a good scan or a good fucking print of that shit, and it gets plastered in whatever they fucking offer. So from mugs to prints to fucking shirts to bags to all this fucking type of shit that you wouldn't even be able to print yourself, you know, because like I use awesomemerch.com and shout out to them because they're fucking sick. Awesome Merch is amazing. They're from the UK, but sometimes these deals that a bunch of these printers have are way too expensive for a starving artist to have. So you're fucked and you don't end up getting anything. So this is a perfect way for an artist that can't afford to want to release their own merch without really paying for shit, and they get like we get a commission. So I get it like based on whatever I price it on, I get a commission price out of it. So right now I have a sale that the shirts are $19. I only get $1 out of the sale. You know, so if I make it cheaper, I win less. If it's more expensive, I win more. Now, do I want to fucking focus on making money? Of course I do. Fuck yeah, I want to make fucking money. But at the same time, I want people to get my shit, you know, and afford
Yeah.
my shit or wear my shit. So fuck it, getting the money right now. You know, so you could also buy your own, sport that shit, and then people will fucking buy it, or you could just wait until people buy that shit, you know? So Fine Art America is a website that you could fucking check out. There's other websites like it, but I use Fine Art America because I just found that one at first. DeviantArt also does it, but DeviantArt is more for artists only,
Okay.
so it's kind of hard to sell shit. But yeah, like that's where you can find my stuff until I carry it myself. But yeah, that's where you can find it.
Cool.
Like right now, I just carry earrings and shit.
Yeah, I've heard that one of the best ways, especially like to promote your art, when it comes to merch, is try to send some merch to somebody within that niche, you know, and hopefully they'll be able to rock it, and
Yeah,
that's
like
so.
sending fucking care packs and shit,
Yeah,
you
yeah,
know,
exactly.
and that's what I started doing when I was doing showcases like in March of last year.
Hmm.
That's what I started doing. Like I would make prints, make business cards, just like anything I could fucking possibly think of that initially was to sell at the fucking show. But if the point of it was for me to get my name out, for my art to get out there, I'm giving away this shit, dude. You know, because there's all these fucking people. Maybe out of these 100 people, maybe 4 or 5 remember my name and they follow me on Instagram and shit. You know, but like that's the game, you know, like, and that's the fucked up part because if you don't have money, you're wasting fucking money. You know, you're wasting on these prints. You're wasting on these fees. You're wasting on this gas. You know, like I Uber everywhere, bro. So like I have to fucking pay for Uber when I vend, carrying my shit in the fucking car and all, like in the Uber, it's a fucking bitch. I already had somebody try to jack my shit once, dude. So like,
Like a driver.
yeah, like they try to
What?
like drive away with my lighting equipment because I do a photography pop up. So I set up like a backdrop and then my lights and stuff. So I do studio photography in people's events. So
Okay.
like I carry all of this shit around with me to try to fucking make money, to try to have this business. So like that's what Noir Oracle eventually evolved into, like this whole little business type thing, you know, because like
Yeah.
I have to make money to buy paper, to buy ink. I have to fucking make money to buy more fucking, you know, SD cards to take photography, you know, like so it's this snowballing of art and creativity that just fucking like created its own little like just universe and shit, you know, and it's pulling everywhere, but it's badass.
All right. That being said, let's go ahead and let's see. Seven's been very active here. He says first off, he says he's a fan of your work. Been seeing
And
more and
I like
more of
that.
it. Let's see. Vinny D. He says Seven says you mentioned Fubu. He says he watched the show where they interview the head of it, and he dropped some of the gems. So, yeah, it's always nice to go ahead and get some insight from stuff like that. For
Yeah,
us
like,
artists, well,
yeah. Like if you guys like watching a lot of like if you guys follow the whole Nike shit or whatever, like there's this collecting shit just ranges from like artwork to toys to shoes and all that stuff. So even bootlegs, you
mm-hmm,
know, so that's where the whole fan art thing does go into play because then you could hit up collectors that collect that type of artwork or they collect for that type of shit, and then they'll buy your fan art because it's from that. You know, so like it's fucking it's crazy, dude. The shit's fucking crazy.
for sure.
So it's more than just artwork. That's my I guess that's my point with that. Like it's just more about being an artist. It's more than just drawing shit. Is definitely more of a business rather than just art. You know, and you have to be a very good businessman as much as be a very good artist. Or if you're lucky enough and you have the dough, get a fucking a representative person that represents you and shit, puts you out on these shows, puts you out on tour, puts you out on this shit. Cause like, you know, like I mean, I come from I'm from a music background. You know, like I'm a musician.
Cool.
You know,
What
so like,
instruments?
guitar and vocals. So my band's name is Infernal Damnation. It's a death metal band, but like that's where I learned about booking, about managing, about you know like touring, about organizing. You know, like because in a metal band, like we really don't have a lot of money. You don't make a lot of money. There's no money in metal. Period. You
Yeah.
know, so fucking you have to start from the ground up and you have to do your own shit. And that's where I learned about doing a lot of stuff. And, you know, like tour fucking is important. I'm using this umbrella because it's sunny now outside,
Okay.
you know, but like it's a lot, being an artist is a lot like being an artist, an independent artist, you know, because well, artist, duh, but like an independent musician, you know, because you have to put everything out, make copies of shit, make prints,
Yeah.
sell it, give it away, send it, like all this fucking crap, you know, like it's more than just drawing. So like when I see Starbeat artists doing work and the stickies, like you guys, like you were mentioning earlier, or like in canvases and not using gesso and things like that, like little like mistakes like that. It's like, dude, like be humble so you could reach out to other artists, learn these little tips, and your shit's gonna just grow a little bit better. Like, yes, you'll still have your fans, you'll still have your 1,000 followers and shit, you know, but your artwork's gonna be worth that much more.
Yeah.
You know, so it's tricky, dude. It's fucking tricky.
And you know, just talking about gesso for all you guys that didn't join us in hour one, that's the sort of like a type of varnish type shit, from my understanding. So I'll definitely take a look at that. Um, you know, since we're talking about like tools and stuff, there's a cool little segment that we didn't do in hour one, so let's go ahead and do it here. I call it Josh's Tools. This is for my first uh, interviewee and good friend Josh Queen CRL. So if you got some goodies around there, let us know what you're working with. It's photography.
Yeah. Well, I mean, like since we're in quarantine and all, like I'm not in my studio and shit, so I'm not around a lot of my stuff. But I do carry around my essentials. So hopefully I
Awesome.
don't take too long showing my essentials.
Well, let's
So
do
I
it.
have
Perfect.
this tackle box here full of Sharpies. So I love using fine liners. So
Awesome.
I love painting. The reason why I don't use brushes a lot is because fucking I just hate the mess. I like precision. I like just, something that's smooth and clean. So I have a box full of those with different colors and just fine lines and broad tips. And there I also carry my ink, which is water based. Let's see. Wow, that was crazy. Anyways,
That was cool.
yeah, so I carry my ink in there. And you could use this with the Coiner pens, which I'll show right now. Okay, so I technically use a lot, or started learning how to use, how to illustrate and do design with these, which are the Kohinoor Rapidograph pens.
Mm.
And these are fucking amazing. If you could afford them and have the patience, you should totally fucking get these.
And
These are
what are they again?
these are the Rapidograph Kohinoor technical pens. Let's see. Let's see.
Okay.
So that's the Kohinoor technical Rapidograph. These, the set of seven, I think, or yeah, I think it's 7 pens, will cost you like around $170. They're pricey.
Whoa.
These are pricey pens, but it's like a fucking robot, dude, because like let's watch. So it has like different barrels and shit. So this is just a pen barrel. So this is just a pen barrel, but then, so then, fuck. See, I don't use this anymore because it broke. But see, then you have the top, but then so this is a pen right here. The cartridge is right here, which is removable, and then there's a tip right here. So the fucked up thing about this is that these get so dirty so quick, and you have to clean them constantly after every single use. And if you don't, it gets clogged up and all nasty. So this is all fucked already and shit. And they're like literally like wired. So when you unscrew everything, because everything comes off, and when you unscrew this part, it's just a wire. So that's the pen. So they're expensive, but dude, they're so fucking good. The ink in it is beautiful. They're precise. It goes so micron pens go up to 0.005.
Yeah.
Rapidographs go up to 0.75, I believe. So it goes way finer than 0.005. And you could use different types of ink because the cartridges come off. So that ink comes in India ink, the black one, or in different colored ink, which is this one. And you can find that at Bleaks. I highly guarantee getting it from Bleaks because that's probably like the only place that I've seen that you could get it. That's legit. But I have that, and then these are new to me, the Copic markers. So I have these are the classic, the 12 colors. These are new to me. I like them because they're alcohol based, so you could blend them really fucking gnarly. It's super super cool. And then I have,
Did you know they're refillable?
yeah,
I didn't know that shit till like
yeah.
a couple months ago.
You could buy bootleg ones and actually like refill that shit with real ink. It's funny, like just another tweak, but it's gonna bleed a little. But yeah. Then I have colored pencils with me, Prismacolors. And lastly, I have this badass cookie box full of Posca paint pens.
Oh shit, nice.
Yeah, so I carry that shit with my laptop with me everywhere I fucking go.
Nice.
Yeah, that's my essential kit, and it's just to do illustrations and all, because I love doing paintings. It's just, it's too much work, it's too messy, it's too much to fucking carry and shit, and just with a pen, it's just fast. Boom, done, good.
So would it be safe to say that that's your favorite medium?
Pens, yeah,
Yeah.
ink, pens and ink, yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, because even my fucking brushes, dude, forgot to show this. So this one is a 2. Where is it at? Yeah. See, I got a toothbrush, and then this one is a 1, but I cut that down to more finer than the actual one, so it's super super short because I really really hate fucking being like messy and shit. So whenever it bleeds out and there's like a blob or like of paint or ink, like it fucking pisses me off. I'm like OCD about that shit.
Nice. That's
Yeah,
pretty
that's
dope. What about your digital, your photography? What type of camera are you
shit.
working with? And
Yeah, I didn't bring that out with me, but yeah, I have that with me. But so with my camera work, I have a Canon 7D Mark II with a set of broken down cine lenses, and I use. It depends on what I'm shooting. So if I'm doing something static, which is like standstill, then I have my fluid head tripod.
Mhm.
But if I'm doing any actual action work, then I have my glide cam or my shoulder rig.
Okay.
Yeah, so it depends on what I'm doing. Yeah, but I mean, I was trained to do almost everything from the production aspect, from doing grip to production assistant to camera operation, directing, makeup, gaffing, fucking lighting, and all that shit. So yeah.
What's the any crazy stories regarding I mean we you told us that they almost stole your shit, the Uber dude. But any other crazy stories regarding any customers on either any type of photography work
um,
or artwork?
I mean, yeah, there's stories for sure. I like I for the art part. Um, oh shit.
Give us your worst and
The
best.
all right, for art, the worst was I did this show, this abstract art show, and it was really cool because I was vending. So for every show that I do, I try to aim my work to be for that theme of that show. So it's always new work. I hate carrying old fucking work, even if I sell it or not. I just can't hate that shit. So it's always new work that I try to push out. And I had my photography, like I say, like the chick that's like dead with her boob out and everything, and I have like other sigils and stuff like that. So my witchy things with my art stuff and my photography, like in my table and everything. I had a person go up to me and want to pray for me, and I mean I'm not an asshole, you know, like I'm not gonna. Like I'm not gonna like tell them off and shit, you know. So I was just like, all right, cool, whatever, you know.
That's
Like
funny.
yeah, I'm a witch, you know, myself, you know. So I'm not gonna disrespect somebody else. So I was like, all right, cool, yeah, sure. But I told them, but the catch is, if you pray for me, I have to pray for you. So it was just really funny seeing this person freak their shit because after praying for me, I wanted to pray for them, so like I just freaked them out and everything because I had sage on and everything. And they're like, "Oh no, no, don't do the sage!" Like thinking that the sage was gonna like send them to hell or some shit. So that's probably the craziest
Oh, that's
I've
funny,
had,
dude.
you know. And the good is the good one. Well, you know, I mean, just the Hive Gallery. You know, like every single time, I would say it would be a good time at the Hive Gallery, and not because like I'm sucking the Hive's dick, you know, but like that place is fun, dude. You know, it's
Sounds like
it's
fun.
it's a home for any kind of artist, and the only limitation you have is the limitation you put on
Yeah.
yourself. And sounds cliche as fuck, dude. You know, but it's as simple as like, yes, if you don't agree with certain people, that's fine. If you have a different perspective of art or perspective of theme, that's fine too. But don't walk around a place with this fucking negative hat on or whatever, aiming it at everybody else when you're trying to enjoy yourself, when you're trying to like have people want to get to know you. You know, like it's like, for instance, I really think like whatever, I'll go for it. I really think Hitler was a good writer. Now, if I say that to a group of fucking people that are like haters of Hitler, they're gonna fucking hate me, you know?
Yeah.
You know, so like I'm
His
not
art
gonna,
was good too.
you know, yeah. So I mean, like you're not gonna walk around somewhere trying to hate on everybody when you're trying to have a good time. When you know, like they have disagreements or whatever, you know. So like the hive is a perfect place where everybody's welcomed. Everything is welcomed. The weirder you are, the better. It's just you just can't be a douchebag, you know, like
Hmm.
because no one's gonna talk to you if you don't talk to them, especially if they don't know you. That's just with anywhere. You know, like there's cliques everywhere and shit. They're inevitable, you know.
Yeah.
But I mean, like I I like that place too because like if I don't want to talk to anybody, no one talks to me, and that's fine too. You know, if I want to smoke weed, like I'll just go outside and smoke. There's other people that smoke too. Like there's even a guy that he he's running for president. I fucking forgot his name, which I'm so fucking sorry. But like he's running for president too, but like he gives out free joints to people.
Nice.
Yeah, he's just walking around giving fucking joints. Like, yeah, that's very Californian, but at the same time, it's like that's love, you know, like that's
Yeah.
somebody wanting to just offer love and shit, you know, like and yes, like you might think, oh, what if they're laced, but at the same time, it's like, you know, like
He's gonna have a good time.
yeah, you know, it's a home, you know, it's a home for other artists, you know, like, and I've just been there for a year, and it's been great, you know, so yeah, I mean that's the art stuff, you know, but film that's completely different because we're talking about extreme horror and that's where we
Yeah.
get into fucked up stuff. So yeah.
Uh, when you're not drawing, dude, or doing anything artistic, what can we find you doing?
Um, just being a lazy fat ass, probably. No, I mean like
Nothing wrong with
I,
that.
you know, like I try to dabble on a lot of different things. You know, if it's not art, I'm doing a lot of studying in my craft. Just whichever it is that I'm recently doing or working with. I'm a Luciferian, so I
Hmm.
am very spiritual in the sense of following the left-hand path in the spiritual aspect rather than an adversarial one. So that's more than likely where you would find me either listening to some classical music or just hanging out, watching YouTube and all, you know, or
Hmm.
studying, you know, different religions or just different aspects of life and all. But like, I mean, I spend a lot of time on my own in my own little world and all. So lately, I've just been experiencing and exploring everybody else's because like I want to see what the fuck, you know,
Yeah,
like
yeah.
what's out there and shit, you know.
Uh, how do you charge your creative batteries, man?
Um, damn, that's a fun question, you know, because sometimes I run on a lot of energy and sometimes I have no energy. I mean, I'm manic depressive, so I suffer
Hmm.
from that manic depression type 1, and I'm suicidal. So I've seen a lot of artists also that have been like with this quarantine thing going on, like been very open about their emotional state and all, which I
Hmm.
think is great. You know, but as far as like how to keep it energized, I just am true. I'm just true to myself. I'm just true to like how I feel and what I want. And you know, like it's I don't know if you know who this person is, but Gigi Allen. Like it's just very live fast, die fast type of, you know, like perspective, you know, because like I base myself a lot on what I do is based on how I feel and what I want to accomplish in my life. You know,
Okay.
so I mean, it all depends. You know, like I could there could be a day that I'm fucking you know hella awake and I'm running on hella energy and shit, and I'm up for days. And then there's just times where like I don't sleep because I hate sleeping. So yeah,
Yeah.
sleeping is really weird for me.
You suffer from insomnia as well and shit, or just
Uh,
choose not to?
yeah, yeah. I guess you could say something like that. Yeah, totally. Yeah.
Uh, Yeah, and it's a cool thing that that you talk about, being depressed, with the depression and stuff. That's also something that I've gathered from the interviews. A lot of artists. Um, I've gotten the same story where a lot of artists have where art saved them. Because depression issues and stuff like that, and you know what I mean.
Yeah, no, totally. And I mean, it's as a person with a mental illness, like it makes me feel weird trying to lean anything precisely on my recovery,
Hmm.
other than myself, because in the end of the day, like that's where us mental patients need to really have most reliance is on self rather than anything else, not be codependent on anything.
Hmm.
So I mean, like I can't really say that art is helping my mental state. It's just another output of mine.
Okay.
Like I would just base it more like that. But no, I mean, like I could definitely see how people could use that as a way of helping them, like deal with
Hmm.
their emotions and all. It's just that for me, it's I don't see it like that. It's
Okay.
like I mean, I
No,
I
I no,
guess
I definitely get what you're saying. But I mean, for me, it's just so there's no just being blunt about it, and being just honest. You know what I'm saying? Especially
no,
to
yeah,
the viewers and stuff. I think that's pretty cool. You know what I mean? It's something that a lot of people suffer from, and
hmm
I'm one of them and shit as well. You know what I mean? But
yeah,
um,
yeah. Like
yeah, man.
with depression, like with me, like at this point in my life, the way that I am now, it's completely different than how I would be when I was younger. Because when I was younger, I would agree and be more lenient towards like, yeah, like art helps, and like we all need to talk about like kind of like more soft about it, I guess you
Yeah.
could say. But now that I'm older, and I mean, I've tried to commit suicide more than once, like I've, self-mutilated more than once, so like for me, whenever like I really do see people um, suffering from it, like I'm happy that they're being open about it,
Hmm.
but at the same time, I also want them to like be strong for themselves, and it's something hard to really say because it's like how dare you, how could you, and it's just like, but for the people that suffer it and they go through it eventually every single day, like you just want to be heard. You just want to like be understood, and leaning very easy on it sometimes could be one of those things that could hurt you or could trigger you, because like you don't want to be treated differently. That's the only way I see it now. Like I don't want to be
Hmm.
triggered into like feeling low because I'm depressed. Like I'm depressed because I was born that way. Like
Yeah.
I didn't choose to be depressive. I didn't choose to be suicidal. I was born that way, and I've survived 31 years like that. So that's the
Well,
way I see
Well,
it.
I for once am genuinely happy you're still here, bro, and happy you're able to get us with some of your time here. You know what I
For
mean?
sure. Yeah, death is only the next step in my eyes, but definitely, yeah, being in
Yep,
this
mine's
in
too.
this void in this void has definitely birthed a lot of good fruits for
Yep.
me as well. So yes, I'm glad I've lasted because I didn't think I was gonna last longer than 27, honestly, and it still feels weird, but like I guess that's me
It's
learning.
part of your journey, bro.
Yeah, exactly. And like me reaching out to you and to other people, that are watching or whatever, like reaching out and showing my human side and like some relatable, like topics and stuff like that. Like that's what I'm aiming for. So like, yeah, I'm very unfiltered when it comes to a lot of my shit. So yeah, if
Oh, that's
anybody
dope.
wants to talk about any of that stuff, you can always reach out to me, and yeah, we could get very, very dark, and it won't be a problem.
Yeah, cool. Good to know, man. Let's go ahead and let's go ahead and do an extra 5 minutes. You cool with
Sounds
that?
good to me.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that way it gives me time to set up for the next one. I'm
yeah,
gonna go.
for sure. And a shout out to Seven.
Yeah, definitely. Shout out Seven. Seven is life. So let's go ahead and fast blast some questions, man. Let's not think too much on them. Let's just answer them, and
For
let's see.
sure, I love that.
Rapid fire.
Down, down.
You ready?
Do it.
What song makes you instantly happy?
Pedophilic Party by fucking Spasm.
Pedophilia party. What music do you hate?
Rap.
Nice.
Well, I don't, but that's the first thing that came to mind. But no, I don't. I will backtrack that because I really do like rap. I hate reggaeton. Sorry,
Reggaeton.
not sorry.
Oh, nice.
Reggaeton.
Yeah,
Can't stand it.
I could see it. I, time and place, I guess, for me. Favorite curse word?
Dick.
uh, what profession other than the one you have now would you ever like to attempt?
What?
Profession or career?
Oh, shit. Damn. I'd love to be a doctor.
Oh man,
Like
that's
a
dope.
surgeon.
Damn,
Yeah.
that'd be dope.
Yeah. I love blood. So, yeah.
There you go. Uh,
Like,
let's
not
see.
figuratively. Literally. So, yeah.
uh, and I think that would pretty much be it. Let's see if we could get a little bit more. Um,
Yeah.
I think that might be it for my fast blast questions. There it was.
Sounds good.
Now that was pretty cool.
Yeah.
Man, at this point, Nor, bro, is there anything else that we probably or I didn't touch on that you think we
Yeah.
overstepped or?
Just if anybody wants to like find out more about me and my art, you could always check out my stuff on YouTube at North Vision. That's my YouTube channel. And in there, you could find vlogs that I've done. And if you're an artist that wants to do just watch another artist's journey into like gallery showcasing and just anything and just another artist perspective on shit, watch that stuff. It's very point of view type of thing. And I have up there some of my galleries that I've done and my podcast. So I have a podcast called What a Wonderful World, and I talk about a lot of fucked up things in there, and yeah, some fun shit. And check out
And
my band. Yeah,
where can we find What a Wonderful World on Norvision?
yes, you can find that in Norvision. Yeah, and and I have another YouTube channel called Noir Oracle, and right there you could watch my films. Yeah.
Oh, nice. Oracle. Is it spelled the same way or is there
Yeah,
space?
yeah. It's the same way, yeah.
Definitely. And you guys definitely find all the links to this. Once I post it up, I'll post all the links to where you can find Noir Oracle and your band Infernal Death Nation
Yeah, Infernal Damnation.
and
Yeah, you can check us
Damnation.
out on YouTube. Yeah, if you like death metal. I'm the vocalist, so don't get surprised if you hear some good shit from this little surfer voice.
There you go.
Yeah, dude.
Fuck yeah, dude. Cool, cool, guys. Well, that's been it, man. It's been a fucking awesome time. Norb, dude, once again, bro. Awesome, dude, man. You're an awesome cat, bro. I would definitely go ahead and I'm gonna give you the invite back whenever you want, man.
Can I give a shout out?
No, I'm just joking. Hell yeah, of course you can.
All right, I'm gonna give a quick shout out. So, shout out to my boys, Bowden, Hunter, Alfred, Little Lestat. All right, yeah.
There you go. Shout out, guys. And like I said, man, always welcome back, dude. Cool guy.
Oh, dude.
I'll definitely fuck with you, man, for sure. And
Fucking A, man. Thanks.
yeah, dude. And that's what it's about, guys. Ladies and gentlemen, well, thanks again to Noir Oracle. You guys can find them at noiraoracle.cult. It's also pinned down there at the bottom for you guys. Find them at Hive Gallery. Definitely make sure you guys check them out on YouTube for Nor Vision. And you guys find a What a Wonderful World. So that's his podcast there. Also, Nor Oracle as well for some of your um, what's the other one for the your films
Noir
and
Oracle and
for
Noir Vision is for the blog.
and the blogs, the vlogs definitely. And make sure you guys check out his band Inferno Damnation. It's especially found on YouTube as well. Make sure you guys go follow him, subscribe, not just here but everywhere else. No Oracle, man. Oscar, thank you
Thank
very much,
you.
bro.
Thanks, Sam.
Appreciate it,
Appreciate
bro.
it.
Yep, yep.
All right.
As do I. Much love. And that was it, episode number 43, part 2. You guys heard it here first. Definitely make sure you guys go check it out. Tomorrow I'll be uploading everything. Make sure you guys come back in about 20 minutes. We're going to have my boy 7 is Life. And then a couple hours after him, we're going to have MacFam Call Me Dreads. So you guys are definitely going to want to stay tuned for that shit. Nor, thanks again, bro. Appreciate it, man. Much
For
love.
sure, man. Thanks, dude. Stay up, dude.
Likewise, brother. Thank you.
All right.
And that's how we do it, guys. Thank you guys for tuning in. And we'll be back in about 20 minutes. Peace.
Peace, guys. Thanks.